Hey everybody, this one is going to be an easy one because it's going to take the assignment that we did yesterday or last class, spreadsheet activity number 15, and we're going to make some changes to it. Okay, so let me show you what I'm talking about here. All right, whoops, that's 14. What am I doing there? Boom, there we go. So spreadsheet activity number 16. So this activity helps you to understand the importance of using cell locations in a formula. You will change some of the entries in activity 15 and observe how the spreadsheet responds to these changes. You will need to reopen activity 15 and make a copy of it. Actually, you don't have to do that because I already did that for you. Okay, so here's your instructions. You're going to open up the spreadsheet below. You're going to open up this one, and it's all done already, and it's done correctly. You're going to read the directions carefully, and you're going to be changing some things in this spreadsheet. And then you have to answer some questions on the spreadsheet. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Open this up. So the wonderful thing about spreadsheets, guys, is that if you use the formula locations or if you use the cell locations in your formulas, it changes everything for you without you having to redo your formulas. As an example, we'll see what we're talking about here. All right, so again, you're going to have to read these instructions carefully because I'm not going to read them carefully to you. Okay, I will refer back to them. So we're going back to the things that we have purchased, and we're going to pretend that we're returning some of the things that we bought and exchanging them for other things. So the prices are going to change and the amounts might change, but we shouldn't have to change the formulas. Okay, so let's see what I'm talking about. So in step number 3 here, it says that we need to switch return the backpacks and buy bigger ones. And the bigger ones cost $14.99. So now we have to change the price of the backpacks. So if I go to the spreadsheet, and let me zoom in on it for you guys so we can see it clearly. So it's saying the price of the backpacks, we want to increase them because we didn't like the size of them. We want to buy them some that are more expensive. So these new ones cost $14.99. So if I hit enter, look what it did. It automatically changed that. It automatically changed that. If I go back, look at the grand total, look at the sales tax, and look at the subtotal. If I delete and go back to $9.99, those numbers all change. So 4 numbers changed there. This number and these 3 numbers. None of these numbers changed because I didn't change the number that I was ordering or the price. Okay, so you have to think about this. You change one thing, and because you used formulas, they automatically change everything for you. That's the beauty of spreadsheets. You want the computer to do all the hard work. Okay, you don't want to have to recalculate everything on your own. All right, let's go back to the instructions. So now we want 2 binders each instead of 1. Okay, so it says you and your siblings need 2 binders each. So let's go back here. And binders. So we each got 3. So if they each want 2, they each got 1. So there's 3 kids all together there. Each one got 1 binder. Now they each need to get 2 binders. So what number should that become? If you have 3 kids and they each have 2 binders, you should figure out what you put there. Because the number that I put there is going to change this number, and it's going to change this number, and it's going to change these 3 numbers down here. All right, I'm not going to do it for you. Now, because you used formulas in column D instead of actual numbers when you change the numbers in the other columns, D changes automatically. All right, now, also, check what happened to the subtotal, the sales tax, and the grand total. Each of these would have to also change when you make changes in step 3. And then this is what your new sales tax should read. If it does not, you need to go back and check your work. So this is the part you need to do. You have 2 questions to answer here. And these can be answered right on your spreadsheet. And I even tell you where you can type them in. Okay, so beginning in cell A13, Answer the following questions by typing the answers into the spreadsheet. Be sure your answer does not go beyond, it doesn't matter if it goes beyond column L. It doesn't matter because we're not printing these. So you made several changes to this spreadsheet. Each time you made a change, some of the entries in column D changed automatically. Why? So in cell A13, right here, answer that question. Why did everything change? This is where you're going to type your answer. Everything changed in column D because. And you're going to answer that question. You're going to type your answer in there. Okay, I'm not going to do that for you. Let me get rid of that. And then you have another question to answer. If the original formula in cell D2 had been 3 times 999, okay, instead of 3 times D2, okay, or whatever the formula was, what would have happened to the subtotal, the tax, and the grand total when you changed the price of the backpacks? So that's a tricky question that you have to think about. So you have to actually do that. So if I go back to my spreadsheet, what it's saying is, so in the formula in D2 is this one, right? It's D2 right here. So the formula in D2 is 3, or it's B2 times C2. Now if I change that formula to 3 times 999, okay, because that's what it is. It is 3 times 999. What'll happen? Do it. Figure it out and decide to answer the rest of the question. So what would have happened to, what's going to happen to the subtotal, sales tax, and the grand total if you change this to equals 3 times 999? All right, so I've given you some advice, I've given you some pointers. I have not given you the answers. That's up to you to come up with. All right, good luck.